India is now fined or penalized of buying Russian oil from US. We have 50% tariff.
India is really good negotiators, and I believe this is a temporary situation.
President Trump recently gave a statement in which he said the Indian economy is a dead economy.
We see the growth rates in India. You're a top grower in the global economy. India and the United States, they're really long-time partners and have a very good and clear future together.
How do you see Indian investments in Israel?
Haifa port by Adani is really the major investment in recent years. I'm very, very happy about it. I'm excited about that.
I will straight away come to the question on the bilateral agreement, investment agreement, which is signed just a few hours back. Give us details about that and how will it pave the way for the free trade agreement?
Okay, so thank you very much. Indeed, we just signed the bilateral trade agreement, very exciting milestone for the relationship between India and Israel. This agreement basically gives clarity and stability to investors, foreign investment for both sides, to Indians that want to come to Israel and Israelis that want to come to India. There's a huge potential between the countries in terms of investment. We already have investments from both sides and we want to increase that. So this is what the agreement does. I believe it will also pave the way to free trade agreements, and there's already some discussions, pre-negotiations I would call it, between the two countries, and that I believe will come.
Minister just indicated that you will be completing that in few months. Is there any timeline which is set?
There's no clear timeline. As you understand, we are currently in a situation, a global situation, where India is very much preoccupied with the United States and with the EU, and Israel is actually also negotiating with the United States. So there's a lot of things on the plate, but once things will clear out, I'm sure we will.
Any figure you have now target between the two countries? How much trade you want to see in this much time?
So we don't have an official target because, you know, it's very hard to know and there's a lot of factors, but we definitely believe very clearly that we can easily double and triple the trade between our countries and the investments between our countries in various areas.
And most of the trade right now, the majority of the trade I can say is defense between the two countries. Are there other areas which you are trying to explore, like startups and other things in which the agreement, the intensity will increase?
Yes, so absolutely. So it's not only trade, we have and not only defense, I'm sorry, there's various areas already. We have diamonds and we have manufacturing of different kinds of electrical goods that India provides and so forth. I believe there's also really a lot of potential in services as we can talk about technologies, financial services. We want to see Indian financial firms operating in Israel. We can see more technology, more areas of the economy like energy, agriculture and so forth.
So how do you look at the tariff issue, if I can ask you?
Yes.
Because India is now fined or penalized of buying Russian oil from US, and now we have 50% tariff. And how do you look at it from outside?
Yes, I think it's really, you know, I don't need to give India advice. India is really good negotiators, and I believe this is a temporary situation where India and the United States, they're really long-time partners and have a very good and clear future together, will find the agreement to lower these tariffs. I believe that will be achieved.
How do you see Indian investments in Israel? Like Haifa port, we know, is now run by Adani's. Okay, give us a sense of that.
Yes, so Haifa port by Adani is really the major investment in recent years. I'm very, very happy about it. I'm excited about that. And specifically the area of infrastructure has a lot of potential for Indian companies to come in. It means other kinds of also infrastructure. We're talking about rails, we're talking about the metro system, which is going to build in Tel Aviv. Huge opportunities for Indian companies. You are building many metro stations yourself. So there's a lot of opportunities. We're talking about desalination plants that Indian companies we know are already interested in and so forth. So especially infrastructure is the main area.
So defense production is also a big area here.
Yes.
Are we looking for major defense production, like joint production, if I say?
I believe so, because Israel is a small country, is not a manufacturing hub. And India, that has so many hands, that can be and is already becoming a manufacturing hub. So this combination between the Israeli know-how, the technologies, the innovation, and India is really a great match, and I think we understand.
India is talking about diversifying its markets now. Mm-hmm. So do you think Israel can play a big role in this?
I think absolutely. Israel, even though it's a small country, it could be gate for Europe and for other countries in the region. So we are actually working on creating this connection between the countries.
This IMEC, what is the status there? Like, because it was talked about in a big way 2 years back, but now there is not much buzz about it.
Yes, I think it's the last 2 years, as you can imagine, were complicated in many ways. So things were happening underneath the radar. But I'm optimistic to believe that in the next few months.
How do you see Indian economy? Because President Trump recently gave a statement in which he said that Indian economy is a dead economy. Do you agree with that?
I'm not even aware of this kind of statement. And of course, we see the growth rates in India. You're a top grower in the global economy. We see the tremendous innovation that's coming in, what's happening in fintech and other areas. So we very much believe in the Indian economy. And with our partnership, we'll also be happy to be part of this story of success.
Sir, another big issue is Russian oil. India is penalized because it's buying Russian oil. What is your take on that, and what is Israel's view on this?
We don't have a view on this. It's an internal Indian decision that needs to decide where it buys its energy produced, and we have absolutely no say on this.
And the position which India is taking on agriculture and is not allowing tariffs to go, do you think it's a good position to take?
I think we all understand that the country needs to balance its interest, and India, as a country that has a very large agriculture sector, it's very understood that you want to defend in many ways your sector. By the way, the United States also, from its interest, wants to open markets for its farmers. So we're talking about a balance of interest, and I think it's fair to work on that.
So how do you look at Make in India project, which is coined by Prime Minister? And is Israel ready to make in India?
Yes, and for Israel it's actually great. Israel is one of the biggest partners for Make in India, because for us as a small country that doesn't have the manufacturing capacity that India has, would love to partner, and already partners in the sectors that you mentioned, bringing our know-how to create the Make in India.
So if you compare the two, China and India, which is the main, are you looking more towards India like for future manufacturing?
We're not comparing. We believe we have...
There's always a comparison between the two countries.
But I'll leave to others to compare. We're very much focused on India. We believe very much in India. Actually, our minister just mentioned he wants to look into having a Ministry of Finance representative in India, because we so much believe in your market. And we're going to focus on that.
Can you just elaborate on that?
Yes. So we want to look into having a presence of the Ministry of Finance of Israel in Delhi, in order to exactly work on all these issues that I've been mentioning about increasing investments, increasing cooperation in technology, and so forth.
So you are seeing great green shoots in Indian economy? Are you seeing great prospects in Indian economy?
Yes, absolutely. The Indian economy, we've seen in recent years the levels of growth, and you're picking up. You became third or fourth largest economy in the world, which it depends how you measure, and the population is stable and it's growing compared to other countries. So there's a lot of potential, absolutely.
So the main issue, another major issue which is always keeping the investors on tenterhooks is the security. Because of the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, how do you ensure that Indian investments are secure and in Israel? Because all the big investors, they first analyze. So this is the main, I think, sticking point for making investments.
I don't think it's such a big sticking point, and I'll tell you why. We can see the investor confidence in the Israeli economy. It's really at record levels. We see the stock markets booming above 70% in the last years. We see our currency just getting stronger and stronger. So investments understand that the security issue, even though it exists, it's not the main issue. And the potential and the opportunities are so much stronger than these risks, which risks, in economics can happen from many, many reasons.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for talking to ANI.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.